You hear the term artificial intelligence or AI thrown around all the time, right? But what does it actually mean? What does it do? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and break down the simple, core idea that powers pretty much everything from your phone to the factory of the future. So let me ask you this. Is your home already run by AI? You might be surprised. I mean, think about it. If you've ever asked Siri or Alexa for the weather, or been kind of creeped out but also amazed when Netflix recommends the perfect movie, yep, that's AI working quietly in the background of your daily life. Because at its core, AI is actually way simpler than you might think. It really just boils down to any smart system that's designed to do three basic things. First, it observes its environment. Second, it processes what it sees. And third, it acts on that information. This simple loop, observe, process, act, that is the fundamental idea behind all of it.
To really get it, we need to look at what I like to call its core engine. Think of it like a super simple three-step secret recipe that powers every single smart device out there, from the smallest gadget to the biggest supercomputer.
And here it is. This is the whole recipe: input, processing, and output. An AI gathers data, that's the input. It thinks about it, that's the processing. And then it does something, that's the output. Honestly, if you remember just one thing from this whole explainer, make it this three-step cycle. It's the key to understanding everything else.
So let's dig into that first step for a second. Input. What are an AI's senses? Well, it's anything that gives it data. It could be the words you speak into your phone, the pictures a self-driving car sees on the road, or even tons of tiny bits of information from sensors all over a factory floor.
Okay, so theory is great and all, but let's see how this secret recipe actually works in the real world. We'll start with a couple of examples you might literally have in your house right now. First up, the humble robot vacuum. You might just see it as a little disc that bumps around your living room, but it's actually a perfect, real-world example of our AI recipe in motion. Let's break down how it works.
This chart lays it all out. The input phase is when its sensors are constantly gathering data about the room. You know, where the walls are, where the couch is, what that thing you just dropped on the floor. Then comes the processing. Its little AI brain takes all that data, builds a digital map, and figures out the most efficient way to clean the room. And finally, the output. That's the physical action of it moving around, cleaning the floor, and actively steering clear of your coffee table.
And the end result of that simple input-process-output cycle? A real-world benefit, a clean floor, and you didn't have to do a thing. It's a perfect, simple illustration of AI making life just a little bit easier. Okay, now let's switch gears to a purely digital example, one I am positive you use all the time, that recommendation engine on your favorite streaming service. It is the exact same recipe, just with data instead of dust bunnies. The input is everything you do, the shows you watch, the ones you stop watching after 5 minutes, even the time of day you watch them. The processing is where the magic happens. The AI crunches all that data, finds patterns in your behavior, and compares your taste to millions of other users. And the output? That's that personalized recommended for you list, with shows it predicts you're going to absolutely love. So in this case, the outcome isn't a physical action, it's a digital one. The AI's hard work pays off by delivering a totally personalized experience, helping you find your next binge watch without having to scroll for hours.
Okay, so we've seen AI in our homes, but this same core recipe is completely changing entire industries. This is where AI meets automation, and it's taking things to a whole new level. So what's the big deal here? Well, traditional automation is kind of dumb. It's rigid. It just follows a fixed set of instructions over and over again. But AI-powered automation, that's different. It learns from new data. It adapts. It can handle really complex situations, and it actually gets better at its job over time. And this ability to adapt and learn is a total game changer. As you can see, it's unlocking incredible potential everywhere, from these super smart assembly lines you see on the left to the amazingly advanced diagnostic tools being used in healthcare on the right. Take manufacturing, for example. AI isn't just making things faster, it's making them more efficient, it's lowering costs, and it's making it possible to build incredibly complex, customized products at a huge scale. Of course, this also totally changes the jobs people do, creating a big demand for new, more advanced technical skills. And then you have healthcare.
AI is helping to make tasks more accurate and efficient, which can lead to better patient safety. But, and this is a big but, it's not without its challenges. We're talking about the high cost of these systems, the difficulty of putting them into practice, and some really important ethical questions that we have to talk about.
So, what's next? Where is all this headed? Well, to understand the future of AI, we have to zero in on the one thing that makes it so revolutionary: its ability to learn.
Remember that input, processing, output cycle we've been talking about? It's not a one-and-done deal. It's a loop. The output from one cycle becomes new data, new input for the next one. So the more data an AI gets its hands on, the smarter, the better, and the more effective it becomes. It is quite literally a machine that learns.
And this brings us to one last really crucial thought. Every time we use a smart device, every time we watch a show, every time we interact with one of these systems, we are providing the input. We are the teachers. So the question we have to leave ourselves with is this: if AI learns from our data, what exactly are we teaching it?